If the boat has been kept over the winter and it's been winterized either by the customer or by us, it's good to start the engine, make sure all the systems work again. Seasonal oil change is always in order, whether it's an outdrive change or an engine oil change. Make sure all the fluid levels are correct. Before you put the boat in the water, you want to make sure it's going to happen, because like Captain Ron says, if it's going to happen out there. This is a used boat that we purchased, and it just got out of shrink wrap, and we're making it look like a lady again because it was pretty grimy from just being kept for the winter. Basically, I'm going to check the systems out, make sure the engine runs, make sure the fish wells work because there's a fishing boat, make sure the heads work, the water systems work, and I just gave it a really good cleaning because it was really dirty. We had to get all the barnacles off of it. The customer had left it in the water and it developed barnacles and things like that, so we cleaned the outdrive. If this boat's going to stay in the water, we'll actually prime it and paint it, put a new coat of bottom paint on it. In other words, make it ready so that the barnacles don't grow on it. But it's always good to check the outdrive oil, to change it once a year. The zincs, they're called sacrificial anodes or zincs. There's on these engines, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They need to be changed because what that does is the saltwater will eat those instead of the engine parts. If somebody trailers the boat, they're not going to get eaten as much. But if the boat stays in the water, they're going to get used up. And it's good just to have, just check the general condition of the outdrive. Make sure the hoses are good. Make sure the prop is, this one has a little bit of a tweak in it. Just make sure there's no big pieces taken out of the prop. Somebody hit bottom, they're going and trying to get a fish close in and they hit a rock, something like that. This one is not bad because it actually can be bent back a little bit. And then you can tell by driving the boat if there's any unnecessary vibration. But props will take quite a bit of banging up before you need to replace it. If you use your boat in the salt water and you keep it in the salt water, it's always good to every year make sure there's no barnacles on it, give it a light sanding, and put another coat of bottom paint on it. That way, growth doesn't build up over the season. And at the end of the season, when you pull the boat out, it's a lot easier to clean. If you trailer the boat, you don't have to put bottom paint on it. It's only when you keep your boat in the water. Another important thing is if you have a trailer that you trailer your boats with, is to always make sure the tires aren't cracked and they're in good condition. The inflation is very important, especially when the boat is on it. A lot of boats now, they have the removable center hub here with you can put grease in the bearings, make sure there's plenty of grease in the bearings. The lug nuts are tight. You can also check the brakes on the boat, on the trailer rather. A lot of trailers have like a master cylinder, so make sure there's plenty of fluid in it and make sure they operate properly, because if you're going to drive the trailer for any length of time, you want to make sure everything is safe, all the lights work. It's good to replace any kind of reflectors or lights or running lights that may be inoperable. The winch, just remember, that's what pulls your boat out of the water. Make sure the cable's not frayed and the safety chain works. When you get to the front of the trailer, make sure that the safety chains are in good condition. They're not rusted or broken. The ball coupler matches the one on the truck or the car that you're pulling it with, and that just everything is in good order. If you look at this here, if you get a shot, somebody pulled on this and some of the wires actually have some cuts in it, and before this boat gets sold, this will all be repaired so that when the new customer takes it, all the lights will work and there won't be any bare wires showing. Very important, especially around salt water. If you do your boating in salt water, the more you hose off the trailer every time you take it out, the longer the trailer will last. That's very important. So as soon as you can get to a hose and hose it off, get all the salt off of it. Salt is good on food, but not on trailers.